Hey, y'all. How are you? This is Casey Hope from Pizzazz Art Studio. We are popping in for a super quick watercolor tutorial. Now, if you have been following us on our YouTube page, we have been posting 10-minute videos for the past couple of months where we just show you fun little things that you can do in 10 minutes. And so today we're doing the same thing. We are going to take some watercolor paper, do a fun little shamrock. This is actually one that I did inside of, we went to a school yesterday and we did these cute little shamrocks. We did these with acrylic paint, but today I'm going to do it with watercolor because we have got our upcoming watercolor workshop happening. So if you are loving watercolor, I'm going to tell you more about this at the end, but wanted to to turn this off of me. I will lower the camera so that you can just get really super close to this image here. All right, so let me slide this over. All right, so to do a shamrock, I'm going to draw it for you first. So it's going to be super duper simple. It's going to be like a big, like a heart. So I will have kind of a starting point right here, super little. It's only meant for me to see, not really meant for you to see. I'm going to do a heart shape. Can y'all even see that? It's really light because I don't want it to be too dark whenever I start painting. And then starting from the same point again, another heart shape. And then over here, I'm going to do one more heart shape. So there I've got the 3-leaf clover, which is actually the shamrock. I know we talk about the 4-leaf clover a lot with St. Patrick's Day, but actually the 3-leaf is a little more appropriate for it because St. Patrick was known for, for spreading Christianity throughout Ireland. And the legend has it he used the shamrock, the 3 petals of a shamrock, to explain the Trinity as 3 in 1 type things. So we're going to do our 3-petal shamrock. I've drawn that. Now I'm going to just add just a little bit of my light green watercolor. So going to add some water to it. Once you start playing with watercolor, you'll see it's just so easy to just pick them up and play with them anywhere. You can stick them in your purse. You can have them at your desk. They're not as messy, excuse me, as some mediums. So it's just fun. So right now there is no technique involved. I am simply outlining, filling in. The only thing I would say at this stage is make sure you've got enough water on your brush. Okay, so like right now, I'm going back to the water plus the paint, outlining it. Need a little bit more paint. A little bit more water on that. I don't ever want my brush to be dry and scratchy. Okay. Now, another thing I could do before everything dries too much is I could get a little bit of a darker shade of green and put it a little on the edges. Okay, just because things are still a little bit wet, it's going to blend nicely in there. Like right there, here it's a little bit dry, so I'll just add some water to help it blend. And then I'm going to give this a quick little blow dry, and then we're going to add some fun designs on there. This is a little the Ranger heat tool. It's very quiet, which is good for when you're doing lives. I'm also using watercolor paper. That's pretty important that it's very important. You don't need to be doing this on copy paper. It needs to be watercolor paper. Now, what we did with the kids yesterday, we had them, again, remember, they were doing acrylic painting. We're doing watercolor here, but we had them do a different design in each little petals. So for example, let's see, I'm trying to wonder which green I want to do. Don't know if I'm going to like either of them. Let me test them here. That, okay, I think I like that one better. All right, so for example, I might do lines and lines. Then the next one, I might do polka dots. So on this, we really gave the kids freedom to do whatever pattern they wanted, but we really stressed that it was a pattern. It wasn't lots of randomness. It had to be a repeated, or had to be design, line, shape, not words or numbers. Okay, now over here, maybe I'll do just like curve, curve, curve. So I've done straight lines and now I'm doing curvy lines. I did round shapes. And then on the stem, I think I'm going to just do straight lines. All right, I like it. I'm going to give it another quick blow dry. I have got some gold paint that I'm going to test a little bit on this next. I think that'll be fun. All right, we are 6 minutes into this, and I told you I like to show you things that are fairly quick. I do think we will be done by the 7-minute mark, I hope. Okay, so this is just a fun palette. I don't even know which one will show up best, but here we go. Just adding a little bit of gold. It looks like a lot of times when you have gold, because of the metallic factor, you almost don't see it until the light hits it a certain way. But for St. Patty's Day, gold and a shamrock are perfect combo. This is just fun to throw it in there. Notice I'm not putting it like every single spot. I'm just kind of highlighting what I've already done, just a little bit. And then maybe I'll do some polka dots out here, just because I love some polka dots. This is also just something fun if you've got kids or if you're a teacher or anything like that. This is something really fun and easy that they can do too. You see, we did a solid color. We came back in and added design. Then we're layering in gold. And we've got one step after this. And that's just going to be adding just a little bit of black definition. All right. So this is that. Almost done. Almost done. While I'm blow drying it, I'm going to also be showing you what is coming up in our online workshop, because that starts next week. And if you are liking watercolor, if you're like, oh, I would love to play a little bit more with watercolor, learn a little bit more in depth than just this 10-minute thing, I'm going to be showing you some of that as I am blow drying. So we have got this one that is beautiful. I love this color scheme. I love how we did these roses. I love the wet on wet. This is one of them. You can pick which one you like best. You don't feel like you've got to do everything that we're doing. Here's another one. They're all Easter themed. We just changed up the color palette because we know that everybody kind of has different things that they like. And then this one's one too that's really sweet. And then in addition to all that, we're going to also, this paper is curling up. We're going to also do a bookmark and some back tags. So we got lots coming up. There's a link. We did put a link at the top of this if you are interested. We'd love to see it. It's just $15 for all of that. It's a great, sorry, this is like flying all over the place. I'm rolling it because it kind of started rolling up. But it's a great value because $15 is 1, 2, 3 full tutorials on these, plus your bag tags and this, plus we're doing a bonus Bible journaling thing, plus we have little devotions every morning that we're doing. So it's a really good it's a good art class, but it's also just good in prepping your hearts and minds for Easter. Fun ways to decorate your home for Easter with these little pieces. So making cards, all kinds of things. All right, the last thing is going to be black. Let's see. I think I'm going to use, let me look. I might use liquid acrylic because sometimes black watercolor I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as black as I want it to be. So I'm going to use a little bit of the fluid acrylic. Okay, and we are just gonna accent this just a little bit. And this might be too much. This might be totally like, it could have stood on its own without the black outline completely. It was really pretty without it. I just sometimes feel the need to throw in a little bit of black. And then just for a little extra pizzazz, we can do some fun little curvy lines and some little dashes. Could be like little dots, just kind of all around. And there you go. I mean, pretty cute, huh? It's just a fun little design. We are at 11 minutes, which is still pretty. So there you have it. Fun little shamrock watercolor. If you have never tried watercolor before, you're going to love it. You're going to just grab you watercolor paper. You can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, all the places, a little bit of a palette of watercolor, any kind. You can get started with any kind, okay? We are not watercolor snobs, and just start playing. And if you want more in-depth multi-night workshops, we would love for you to join us in this upcoming Easter workshop where we are going to teach you a whole lot. Now, don't be overwhelmed thinking you got to do it all, but you can if you want to. You can at least watch it all, even if you don't do it all. It's going to be a fun time. So y'all try this out. And if you do, post it below. If you want to join the workshop, click the link above. If you got any questions, let us know. All right, y'all, that is it for today. Hope y'all have a good one. See ya.